Hello, dear students. How are you all doing? I hope you all are doing well. So, today we will study about listening skills. So, you must be wondering what are listening skills and why do we have to study about listening skills? Well, as we have already discussed earlier, listening skills are a very important part of your communication skills because when you communicate, 55% of the time is spent in listening because on the basis of your listening only you respond. So listening skills are very important. Listening is the most important communication skill. We probably spend more time using our listening skills than any other kind of skill. Like other skills, listening takes practice. Real listening is an active process and listening requires attention. So as you can see, real listening is an active process. It's not just that you sit in front of someone and you just keep on nodding your head, in agreement, but your mind is somewhere else. Then we cannot say that you have listened attentively. For real listening, you have to listen. You have to keep your mind focused, very sharp and attentive to listen and understand what the other person is saying to you. Like other skills, listening takes practice because see, we human beings have this tendency that whenever we are interacting with someone, we just keep on hearing, and half of the time the main important points are lost because our attention goes away after few minutes of interaction. So if you want to listen to somebody consciously, you have to practice your listening skills. And as the first point itself says, listening is a very important communication skill. And we spend more time using our listening skills than any other kind of skill. As I told you, when you are communicating with someone, so majority of your time is spent in listening to others, and listening requires attention. Of course, very much listening requires a lot of attention, because if your attention is not there where it should be, you won't be able to listen properly and clearly. So listening means paying attention not only to the story, but how it is told, the use of language and voice, and how the other person uses his or her body. In other words, it means being aware of both verbal and non-verbal messages. So as you can see, listening also involves not just listening to the story, but also how it is told, in which tone, with what body language has been used while telling the story, what were the expressions of the storyteller, did he use any humor, did he use any pauses, did he ask any questions in between, did he create any suspense? Because many a times when we are listening to story, if suspense is created, we are more intrigued, we are more attentive, we want to know more and more what is about to happen. So listening, if you're listening to somebody, and here if you are talking about story, this is just an example. By story I mean, if you're listening to somebody, what he or she is saying, you not just only have to focus on what he's saying, but you also have to focus on how he's saying, how he's using the language and his voice. Is he very excited and animated? Is he sounding dull and sad? So it also depends on that, and how the person is using his or her body. So listening involves both your verbal as well as non-verbal messages. So in communication, we call it LSWR, that is your listening skills, your speaking skills, your writing skills, and your reading skills. So when you are communicating with somebody, so listening comprises of 45% of the time, speaking 30%, reading 16%, and writing 9%. That is, of all the communications, majority of the part is spent in listening to someone, and then speaking, reading, and writing respectively. Why? Because once you listen, then you speak. That is, you respond, and you read less and more. At the bottom of the list is writing skills. So most important most required are your listening skills. The better you listen, the better you will be in a position to respond. If your senior, if your supervisor, your manager, and for that matter, your teacher, if I say something to you, you first have to listen carefully. Then only you will be able to, respond accordingly. If I give you a written assignment, अगर आपने मेरी बात ठीक से सुनी ही नहीं है तो आप लिखोगे कैसे उसको? तो पहले आपको समझना पड़ेगा. You will have to understand what I am saying, and then accordingly you will have to write it. Similarly, if I ask you a question, पहले आपको मेरा क्वेश्चन समझना पड़ेगा. What am I trying to ask? You have to listen to it first, and then you will give your answer. So this is how the listening skill works. So what is the purpose of effective listening? It focuses on the message to gain full and accurate understanding into the speaker's point of view, to observe the non-verbal signs, to show interest and concern, to encourage the speaker to communicate fully and openly. So these are all the purposes of effective listening, that it focuses on the message. Whatever the message is, listening is totally focused on what the other person wants to say. We also listen to get a full, clear understanding of the speaker's perspective. What is he trying to say? So we put a full, accurate attention into that. We also observe non-verbal signs while listening. When we are listening, जब हम ध्यान से सुन रहे होते हैं किसी की बात, उसकी तरफ देख के सुन रहे होते हैं, so we are not just listening to his words, we are also listening to how he is saying it, as I said in the previous slide. We also listen to show interest and concern. बहुत बार हम जब किसी से बात करते हैं और सामने वाला इंसान हमारी बात सुन के जब सिर को वैसे नॉड करता है, तो उससे हमें क्या, एज अ स्पीकर हमें क्या होता है? We feel good that yes, the person is listening, showing interest and concern in what we are saying. So it creates a very good rapport between the speaker and the receiver. To encourage the speaker to communicate fully and openly, like I said, listening. अगर हम इंटरेस्ट क्रिएट कर रहे हैं, अगर हम इंटरेस्ट दिखा रहे हैं, कंसर्न दिखा रहे हैं स्पीकर में, तो उसको स्पीकर को भी इंकरेजमेंट मिलता है, वो फिर और भी अपनी बात को और भी अच्छी तरीके से हमसे बोलता है, fully and openly. So it creates very good communication process between the speaker and the listener. So basically, if we see, there are 4 types of listeners. Now, what are these? Detached, passive, involved, and active. So detached. Detached नाम से जैसे समझ में आ रहा है, we can make it through the name. Detached speaker means he or she avoids making eye contact. ये listener सुन ही नहीं रहे हैं हमारी बात, ये detached है, इनका ध्यान कहीं और है, हमसे eye contact भी नहीं बना रहे हैं. He appears withdrawn. That means he appears like his mind is totally somewhere else. His body language also looks like he's somewhere else. He's sitting with drooping shoulders, not looking at you. He's looking down. He's looking dull. Not responding. He lacks enthusiasm. कोई जोश नहीं है उनकी बात में. He lacks enthusiasm. Feels dull. He seems inattentive, disinterested, or bored. Totally अगर आप देखो ऐसे स्पीकर को, तो बहुत मतलब लगता है उसके अंदर कोई जोश नहीं है, कोई उसका ध्यान नहीं है वहाँ पे. No attention he is giving to the speaker. He's looking totally disinterested and bored. So these are the qualities of a detached listener. और detached listener जो होगा, उसके साथ आपको बात करके कैसा लगेगा? Obviously you will also not feel connected. तो आप अगर कोई बात बताना भी चाह रहे हो, तो आपका enthusiasm है वो और कम हो जाएगा. Because your listener is not giving you positive response. These are very negative reactions which the detached listener is giving. Second is your passive listener. The passive listener detached से एक stage ऊपर. The passive listener may or may not make eye contact. बीच बीच में हो सकता है वो आपकी तरफ थोड़ा देखे, फिर उस इधर उधर अपना फेस कर ले. He may not make eye contact. He fakes attention. वो जो अपना ध्यान दिखा रहा है आपकी तरफ, that is fake, that is artificial, that is not real. नकली attention दिखाएगा. He uses little energy or effort. बिल्कुल जो bare minimum, थोड़े बहुत effort या energy दिखाएगा वो आपकी तरफ आपकी बात सुनने के लिए. he appears calm and laid back. वो आराम से बैठा है, उसे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ रहा है आप जो बोल रहे हो, उसको देखने से लगेगा काम, वो बस बैठा है आराम से, not much active, and अगर थोड़ा बहुत वो attention दिखा भी रहा है तो that is all fake. So that these are the qualities of a passive listener. Then comes your involved listener. Now again, detached, passive, now involved. Another stage. Involved listener, he provides some direct eye contact. He has an alert posture. He gives the speaker some attention and reflects on the message to a degree. From detached speaker to passive from detached listener to passive listener, now we are at involved listener. So he provides some direct eye contact. बीच बीच में वो direct eye contact करता है speaker से. उसका posture alert है, ध्यान से बैठा है, positive body language. स्पीकर को बीच बीच में वो अटेंशन भी देता है, उनकी तरफ सुनता है, कभी कभी नोट भी करता है, एंड रिफ्लेक्ट्स ऑन द मैसेज टू अ डिग्री. मतलब जो स्पीकर उसको जो मैसेज दे रहा है उसके बारे में थोड़ा वो सोचता भी है, अप टू अ सर्टेन लेवल उसके बारे में वो ध्यान भी देता है उसके ऊपर. तो दिस इज द नेक्स्ट लेवल. एंड एक्टिव लेवल नाउ. तो डिटैच्ड, पैसिव और इन्वॉल्व के बाद हमारे पास अब आई है एक्टिव लेवल. एक्टिव लेवल में क्या है? ही हैज एन अलर्ट पोस्चर. एकदम अलर्ट पोस्चर में वो सुन रहा है आपकी बात ध्यान से. ही यूजेस डायरेक्ट आई कॉन्टैक्ट. ही इज लुकिंग एट यू. ही गिव्स यू फुल अटेंशन. ही फोकसेस ऑन व्हाट इज सेड एंड ही पार्टिसिपेट्स फुली. वो जो भी आपसे आप जो भी बात कर रहे हो एक्टिव लिसनर से, ही विल फोकस टोटली ऑन व्हाट यू आर सेइंग and he will give you full attention. Also he will participate fully. Means वो आपकी बात सुनेगा, positive body language से आपको दिखाएगा that he is listening and responding, and plus he might also ask you questions, because when the listener asks questions that means he is showing a lot of positive body language. He is totally interested in what you are trying to say. So this is again a very good quality of a listener, active listener. So now that we know the various levels of types of listeners, I'm sure you would like to know that basically what are the benefits of listening. So there are few benefits of listening. Effective listening at all levels is very important for the successful running of an organization. इतनी बड़ी organization है, इतने सारे लोग हैं, उसमें अगर सब लोग ध्यान से बात सुने एक दूसरे की, अपने seniors की, अपने juniors की, अपने team members की, different department के लोगों की, अगर सब everybody is listening to each other effectively, with all attention, then it will be very, good for the organization, for successfully running the organization. Because if people are not listening to each other properly, क्या होगा उससे? आपने ठीक से जब सुना ही नहीं तो आप काम कैसे करोगे? अकॉर्डिंगली आप काम नहीं करोगे. आप आपने आधी बात सुनी है, उसके हिसाब से आप फिर रिएक्ट कर रहे हो, तो इंफॉर्मेशन उससे फिल्टर होती जाती है, उससे इफेक्टिवनेस कम होती है उसकी. गुड लिसनिंग स्किल्स मेक वर्कर्स मोर प्रोडक्टिव. द एबिलिटी टू लिसन केयरफुली. ओके, तो ऑब्वियसली अगर आपने ठीक से सुना है तो वो आपको वर्कर्स को ज्यादा प्रोडक्टिव बनाएगा, बिकॉज यू आर एबल टू listen and understand the instructions fully, and accordingly you are working towards it. So it makes you better and more productive worker. The ability to listen carefully will allow you to better understand assignments and what is expected of you. आपको और अच्छी तरीके से समझ में आएगा कि assignments क्या है, क्या टास्क दिया है आपको, and what is expected of you. आपसे ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को या आपके डिपार्टमेंट को क्या एक्सपेक्टेशंस हैं, आप अगर ध्यान से सुन रहे हैं तो फिर आपको बेहतर तरीके से समझ में आएगा. इट बिल्ड रैपो विद कोवर्कर्स, बॉसेस एंड क्लाइंट्स. आपके जो कोवर्कर्स हैं, आपके जो बॉस हैं, आपके जो क्लाइंट्स हैं, उनके साथ आपका बहुत अच्छा रैपो डेवलप होगा. You just correlate this that you have friends, मगर हम ज्यादा बात हम जब परेशान होते हैं हम उसी फ्रेंड से शेयर करते हैं जो हमारी बात ध्यान से सुनता है. Yes or no? The friend who listens to us effectively, sincerely, without interrupting us, with full understanding, हम उसी के साथ ही अपनी प्रॉब्लम शेयर करना चाहते हैं. फ्रेंड्स तो सबके पास बहुत सारे होते हैं, but we feel closest to that person who listens to us, because a very good rapport is developed. Similarly, at the workplace, listening skills help you to build rapport with your co-workers, your bosses, and your clients. It shows support. Work better in a team-based environment. अगर आप टीम में काम करते हैं और वहाँ पे बहुत सारे लोग हैं, आपको एक दूसरे के साथ मिलके काम करना है, there is a common goal and objective which you have to achieve, then having good and effective listening skills will really help each other to work together. आपने A की बात सुनी, आपने C की बात सुनी, and you are the person B, then accordingly a more connection, more rapport is created among the team members. It helps you to resolve problems with customers, co-workers and bosses. आपने problem ध्यान से सुनी है, तभी आप उसका effective solution दे पाओगे. It answers questions and finds underlying meanings in what others say. Effective listening helps in controlling rumors, which helps in preventing damage to the reputation of the organization. Many a times it is very common in an organizational setting that people create a lot of misconceptions and misunderstandings because they're not listening effectively. And then when information passes on, and because people are not listening, वो आधी बात सुन के आधी बात आगे बोलते हैं. उसकी वजह से क्या lot of rumors and misunderstandings are created. It happens in between friends also. आप लोगों ने भी कभी ना कभी ऐसी situation I'm sure experience करी होगी. Similarly, it happens in the organizations also. So effective listening, अगर आपने ध्यान से किसी की बात सुनी है, it will help you in controlling rumors, which help in preventing damage to the reputation of the organization. Effective listening will improve the working condition and nurture harmony and unity among the workers and colleagues. जब सब लोग आपस में एक दूसरे की बात सुन रहे हैं, सपोर्ट क्रिएट कर रहे हैं, प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व कर रहे हैं, अच्छा एक रैपो डेवलप्ड है सबके बीच में, it will lead to what? It will obviously lead to improved working conditions, and it will nurture a very good environment of harmony and unity among the workers and colleagues, which of course will be very good for the overall functioning of the organization and organization as a whole, as well as between the team members, among the departmental members, the people in one department and people in different departments. When they interact with each other, it creates a very good rapport and it creates very good environment of nurturing and harmony and unity between each other. So what are the types of listening skills? As you can see from this figure, there are various types of listening skills. Attentive listening involves and reflection listening. There are two types, that is attentive listening and reflection listening. So what are these types? See their body language. She is just listening. He is also, correlating. He is responding also. He is saying, I understand. So what is attentive listening involves? It involves holding eye contact, just looking directly at the speaker, maintaining good posture, nodding, mirroring speaker's body language to show interest. Maybe if the speaker is standing like this, talking like this, so she is also listening like this. This is called as copying or mirroring the body language of the speaker. Allowing the speaker to complete entire thoughts. She is silent. She is allowing the speaker to complete the whole communication, whatever he wants to convey. She is quietly listening to it and allowing the speaker to complete the entire thoughts. That is, whatever is on his mind, she is giving him the time to say it completely. Now we come to reflection listening. It involves repeating and paraphrasing what speaker has said to show that you truly understand that what they are telling you. In this type of list, the main difference between the two is she is quiet, attentive listening, she is quiet in that, mirroring the body language, she is very attentive and she is showing interest by like nodding or whatever. Whereas in reflection listening, these things are there, but he is also repeating and paraphrasing. जो भी speaker ने बोला है, उसको short में he is repeating, to truly show that he has understood what the speaker is trying to tell him. So these are two types, attentive listening and reflection listening. Active listening में क्या क्या होता है? What are the things required in active listening? It builds trust and establish rapport between the speaker and the listener. अगर आप attentively किसी की बात सुन रहे हैं, it creates a lot of interest, it creates a lot of rapport between the two people involved. It demonstrates concern. As you can see clearly from this figure, like she's listening to this lady and she's demonstrating concern. The hand is on the shoulder of the lady. So this is non-verbal way. This is called as body language. This is non-verbal, a gesture of showing care and concern. Only when you have listened to the other person carefully and sincerely and attentively, then you are reacting with a gesture of support. So it demonstrates concern. It also involves asking specific questions. This lady has told him something and now he's questioning her. You know, whatever thoughts he has come in his mind after listening to what she has said, he's asking questions. So if you are asking questions, it shows that you have listened attentively. It happens in the class also. When the teacher has taught something and the students ask questions, that means they have listened attentively. If they have not listened attentively, how can they ask questions? Same is the case when the teacher asks questions and if the students answer, that means they have listened to the whole lesson attentively. Now this person is using brief verbal affirmations like I see, I understand, all right. So these are small phrases which the listener uses to show that he has listened attentively. Active listening techniques can help you truly understand what people are saying in conversations and meetings. So mostly in conversations and meetings, it will help you to understand what the other person is trying to say. If you demonstrate all these things, demonstrating concern, building trust and rapport, you're asking specific questions as well as you are using small verbal affirmations like I see, I understand, all these. Now, there are certain tips which you can use, for effective listening. These are: face the speaker and maintain eye contact. As we have seen in attentive, active listening. So what they were doing, if you remember the body language of that lady, look at her. She's facing the speaker, looking at him. Her eyes are on him. She's mirroring his body language. She's responding by nodding. All these things she's doing, allowing the speaker to complete his thoughts. So face the speaker and maintain eye contact. Be attentive but relaxed. Don't just pounce on the, while you're listening, don't just wait for an opportunity to pounce on the speaker with questions. Appear relaxed. Listen attentively, but appear relaxed. And when the speaker has stopped talking, then you can ask your questions, whatever queries come in your mind. You have to keep an open mind while listening. Like you are listening to somebody's religious views or like political views or views on social issues, you have to keep an open mind because we all are human beings and we all are prejudiced with our own set of beliefs. But if when we are in a public setup, when we are talking and conversing with people and then listening to their views, if you are not listening with an open mind, if you're listening with a constricted thought process, if you are very adamant or firm or stubborn on your thought belief, then you will not be able to listen effectively because it will create a barrier between the speaker and the listener. Because what he's saying, you're not agreeing with. You cannot relate to his thought process. So while listening to others, you have to keep an open mind. Don't create any barriers during that process. Don't interrupt and impose your solution. Many a times in team discussions, when team members are sitting together and trying to find, like they're discussing some problem or something. So first you listen to your team leader. Don't interrupt and don't impose your solution. First you listen to him, let him stop, let him ask for solution, and then you speak. Wait for your chance and then you speak. Don't impose your solution. See, advices and suggestions and solutions are things which we can suggest. We cannot impose on anyone. So you can simply just suggest, but don't impose. Right time to ask questions. Very important. Don't interrupt. Again, I would say that don't interrupt the speaker. Let him first finish, and then you can ask the questions. So a good tip for that is while the speaker is speaking, you keep your diary, your pen handy. You keep on noting down the points which are coming into your mind. And when the lecture or when the session finishes, then you can ask the questions. Ask questions related to the topic. Don't allow yourself to get distracted or move away from the topic or deviate from the topic. Simply ask questions which are related to the topic. Try to understand the speaker's situation. Many a times, we are fixed in our own belief system, but you should also be empathetic with the speaker. While discussing about communication, verbal communication, there was one point, where I have said that you should be empathetic with your listeners. Here I am saying you should also try to understand your speaker situation. He might be going through many things, because there might be many things running on his mind. So you have to understand his situation also. Don't impose yourself on him. Listen with open mind. Then only you will be able to better understand the message. Give feedback. Very important. And as we have discussed in the communication process also, when the receiver gives the feedback to the sender, then only the communication process is complete. So if when you are giving the feedback and in listening, how can you give the feedback? By nodding, by mirroring or copying the speaker's body language, and by showing concern, like we have seen in this slide, by showing concern using affirmative verbal affirmations or asking questions, all these by demonstrating concern. This is the way of giving feedback. Pay attention to non-verbal cues. Non-verbal cues, again, we have discussed. What are those? How the person is talking, not just what he is talking, but how he is talking, how he is speaking. We have seen it over here. Paying attention not only to the story, but how it is told, the use of language and voice, and how the other person uses his or her body. So you have to keep in mind all these things while you are, trying to improve your listening skills. You have to pay attention to the non-verbal cues also. This is called as reading between the lines. So you have to understand all these things. You have to keep in mind all these things while you are trying to improve your listening skills. Now the question comes, like, exactly, like, what are more ways of improving my listening skills? So tip number one says stay focused. Keep your mind very attentive, focused on what the speaker is saying. It's a very easy tip to say. I know it's very easy to get distracted after listening to somebody after a certain point of time. But if you set your mind on staying focused, it will be very easy to grasp what he or she is saying. Detect, second tip says detect emotions. You have to try to understand, to detect the emotions of the speaker. How is he angry? Is he happy? Is he excited? Is he anxious? So when you are listening all these things, the message, when the non-verbal cues complement the verbal, the language which he is using, it will be more easy for you to understand the message. So you have to try to detect the emotional cues also. Tip 3, we have discussed, ask questions. The more questions you ask, the more clarity you will have and better listening skills you will develop. So don't hesitate to ask questions. I, for that matter, always encourage my students to ask as many questions as possible, because even I get a satisfaction then that when students are responding and asking questions, that means they are showing interest in the subject and they have more queries in their mind which they want to get solved. So ask as many questions related to the topic to better understand what is being discussed. Next step is don't interrupt. While the speaker is speaking, don't interrupt in between. Let the speaker finish what he is saying, and then you ask questions. Whatever questions you have in mind, you can raise your hand later and then you can ask. But don't keep on disturbing the speaker again and again by asking your questions. Don't preempt. Preempt is before the speaker has asked, do you have any questions? And then you are trying to, just over analyzing, overthinking, over assuming. That is called as pre-assumption. Don't do that, because that will disturb the communication process. That will disturb the speaker's concentration also, and it will also take him away from the topic, and it will waste your time as well as the speaker's time, and the whole purpose will be defeated of communication. So don't preempt. Tip 6, very important, recap the key facts. Whatever key facts have been discussed between you and the speaker, quickly do a recap. So that will help you to see, are there any errors, to recheck if there any errors have been made in between, and it can be clarified then and there. Tip 7, pen and paper at the ready. We have already discussed that. Whatever questions you have in mind, you can keep it ready, keep on writing on a piece of paper. The moment the session is complete, when there is time for question answer round, you can ask your questions. Tip 8, say it again. Now this say it again, if you remember, we have discussed this in reflection listening. This one, he's saying, I understand. You see, he is using verbal affirmations. So this is called as say it again. So say it again. It will help you to, if you are repeating what the speaker is saying, so it will help you to better understand, get it clarified again, then and there. So because if the speaker is saying A and you are saying D, that means there is some gap in the communication, in your listening. So if you're repeating, and the speaker can correct you then and there. So any chances of future misunderstandings will be removed. Watch the stereotypes. Many a time we create a lot of stereotypes in our mind. We are all governed with our own set of beliefs. A lot of thought process we have, which are very firm, everything is there. But when you are listening to someone, you should listen with open mind. So when you're listening with open mind, there are no barriers, there are no limitations or prejudices as we call them. So there won't be any prejudices in your mind, and you will be able to listen with open mind, and there will not be any stereotypes. You will be in a better position to understand, to listen what the speaker is saying, and accordingly you can respond to it. The last tip is be aware of listening barriers. So the opposite of the things which we have discussed, all these things, they will all lead to listening barriers. If you're not facing the speaker, if you're not maintaining the eye contact, if you're not attentive, you have a closed mind, you are interrupting again and again, you're asking all the wrong questions. Wrong questions means questions which are away from the topic, which are not related to the topic. You're asking such questions, and you're not trying to understand the speaker's situation, you're not giving the feedback, you're not paying clue to the non-verbal cues, that means simply that you are creating listening barriers. So you should be aware of removing the listening barriers while you are listening to someone. So the conclusion, we come to the conclusion of this topic. Listening's meaning is not to respond only, but to understand the speaker's situation. So when you're listening to somebody, you're not just listening to the story, as we discussed earlier. You're not just listening to a story, and you're not just listening to responding only, but also to understand the speaker's situation. And you can understand the speaker's situation by understanding the non-verbal cues he is giving to you. So this was all about listening skills. I hope you have understood this topic. More this we can discuss, while we will interact. And as we have discussed, you have listened to me today. So if you have any doubts, you can, write it down. And when we will have a discussion session, you can put your questions across, and I'll try my best to solve them. So take care of yourself, dear students. This is Professor Neha signing off. Bye-bye.